living things on this earth is just meat that hasn't rotted yet. That's a phrase I tell myself. I think it's to remember to live in the moment. That's very important. And you know, like last week I fucked up. I wasn't in the moment. I was having an intimate moment. I was having sex with the lady. And I kept thinking 9 months in the future, when she turns 18, will she try and blackmail me? And I really should have been in the moment because I forgot to pull out and I've got a kid. No, I'm kidding, plan B. Yeah, I don't know. Animals don't have that habit. You know, animals are always in the moment. No dog is like, should I eat this? Will I put on too many pounds? Speaking of, anyone here eat dog? Any, no? No? Why not? You know, look, people are always like, no, I never eat a dog. They're too cute. But so are little baby cows, but we put them in these little stalls and keep them from moving around and we make them into delicious veal. Look, I have no problem with eating dog. I say turn that bad dog into a hot dog. I feel like my dog would be way better behaved if he knew that when he chewed on my shoes, he could become a chew toy himself. Look, I was walking down the street last week and I saw two posters. One from the food bank, like, hey, donate your leftover food over here. There are hungry kids out there. And another from the SPCA saying, hey, neuter your dog. There are too many dogs out there. Look, I'm just saying, I see a way to save one chicken with two Labradors. I went on this date with a lady recently, and she's like, hey, I know we'll get along. You have pictures with dogs. And dogs are like family to me. No, they're not. Dogs are minions. And furthermore, just because I like dogs doesn't mean I'm a good person. Tons of bad people like dogs. Like Michael Vick would have been a better person if he didn't love dogs so much. But dogs are minions is what I'm trying to get at. Just because you liberated this dog from the SPCA prison, like, what choice does he have other than to love you? Yeah, I don't know. Like, when we leash a partner, we're doming them. When we call someone a teacher's pet, we're putting them down. A dog tag is just another form of identification. It's not enviable to be a pet, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And I know I'm saying all this there's no family out there that goes, hey, goes to the doctor and says, hey, my daughter's turned 12. We've had a really good time together. I think it's time. It's coming to an end, though. Put her down. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. Furthermore, like, my apartment complex doesn't allow pit bulls. I don't think I would live there if it didn't allow Guatemalans. Humans and animals aren't on the same playing field. I'm sorry. And I know I'm saying all this, and you guys are like, oh, look at Vegan Boy up with the microphone. No, I'm not vegan. I love a delicious baby cow as well. But, I don't think that makes me manly. I don't think there's anything manly about going to Publix and picking up some Tyson chicken nuggets. It's not like I'm hunting anything. And furthermore, vegans are the real men out there. They pick on the weakest thing out there, plants. And if I learned anything about manliness from our high school quarterback, it's prey on the weak. I couldn't live a week without post-apocalypse eating salad. Like, I need ranch. Oh, where's the ranch dressing? I can't eat this shit. Yeah. I don't know. I have a lot of feelings about manliness. It doesn't really make sense as a term to me. Like, we think of football as being like the most manly sport out there. No way. It's cheerleading. Look, football players, they take on other mortal humans as their enemy. cheerleaders fight against one of the 4 fundamental forces of nature, gravity. Way more intimidating, yeah. Look, all these football players, they go out and wear pads because they're afraid of injuring themselves. Not cheerleaders, they wear the skimpiest outfits they can find to prove how brave they are. Yeah. And a lot of, no offense to football players here, maybe a little bit of offense, but a lot of football players are idiots. So when they're going out there and smashing their brains together, they're not really risking a whole lot. A lot of cheerleaders are attractive ladies. They're out there potentially crippling themselves to do flips. That's pretty manly, as they say. Furthermore, I mean, football players need cheerleaders. How pitiful is that? They need encouragement to go do their job. There are no cheerleaders for cheerleaders. They just do it. Yeah. As a kid, there was an icon I had. I always thought of James Bond as being the epitome of manliness, but no more. He's kind of troublesome, you know. He's a misogynistic, alcoholic killer. Say what you will about Charlie Manson, non-alcoholic. And you know Bond, he's like a mission, always completing the mission sort of guy. So you know when he's banging these women in foreign countries, he's impregnating them. And there's no James Bond raised as a kid movie. The only thing he pulls out of is a parking space. That's what I'm saying. Furthermore, I feel like he might be using performance-enhancing drugs, given how much sex he has. Just like his cousin did, Barry Bonds. I don't trust that family. Recently, MGM Studios, home of James Bond, just got purchased by Amazon. That's kind of exciting for me because I've always wanted to see a Bond film where he fights the union of evil wage increases. Yeah. You're gonna piss in that cup. I want to see you piss in that cup. Oh, yeah. And despite the amount of time he spends on exotic islands with villains, you never see him having sex with 17-year-olds. So I will say maybe a little bit of a gentleman there. There's another character in movies and media that kind of irks me, Willy Wonka. Always dressed like a pimp, always telling kids, hey, there's candy in my factory. Yeah, always slipping things into children's candy bars. Look, what I'm just going to say it, I think Willy Wonka is a Willy Wanker. I think he's a child molester. Yeah, he made up this character of Slugworth to excuse why he's always being so suspicious. Look, he hired people who don't speak English to work in his factories to make sure no one tattled on him. The Oompa Loompas, yeah, just can't trust them, you know. Yeah. And I just can't trust anyone who works in the candy business, I don't think, you know. Like, as a kid, I had trouble with candy cigarettes, to be honest. Yeah, until my dad took me aside and gave me a pack of Newports and said, "Hey, you're smoking these," and that cleared me right up. But and the sequel to Willy Wonka, the book-wise, is Willy Wonka and the Glass Elevator, and they go to space and they fight some alien race, quite literally Alien vs. Predator, and not a lot of people know that, but I do think it explains why all these billionaires are trying to go to space, because they want to bang kids, and that's the one place you can do it. Look, when it first came out, I wasn't so pro Space Force, but now I kind of have to tip my hat. I get it now. That being said, would you guys bang an alien? I definitely would. You know, Neil Armstrong is a famous guy. I want to be the Neil Fingerstrong. Yeah. One small cum for man, one huge cum for mankind, is what I say. Well, I mean, if smart is the new sexy, what's more attractive than a species that's conquered nuclear fusion? Furthermore, there's no erectile dysfunction in space. Yeah, so that's a plus. I like to deprive myself of oxygen a little bit, just take off the helmet. And I'm more of a lights off kind of guy anyway. And here I'll do a final joke just since my mom's here. As a kid, I thought my mom was a bad driver because she ran into so many poles. It was only years later I found out she was just a racist.